Has Prince Harry just been outed as being racist over the African Parks' actions against the Baka tribes people? Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this one, shall we? Because it looks like Hazza has just been outed as being racist and very colonial against the Baka tribes people through his association and work with African parks. So yeah, let's dive into this, because who are making these accusations? It's Survival International. And so yeah, this is the organization that essentially released a report that is alleging all these crimes that African parks are, again, allegedly making against the Baka tribes people, some of which the allegations are absolutely horrific. And so when the report came out and all these allegations, Survival International called upon Prince Hazza to resign. Leave, resign. But he hasn't done. And Caroline Pierce, the executive director for Survival International, has said that the concerns about these alleged crimes have not been resolved, whilst African parks themselves have yet to make public the results of an internal investigation it vowed to undertake. And this is the thing, right? If they've done this internal investigation and it shows that nothing has gone wrong, why haven't they released that report? Have they got something to hide? I'm just asking for a friend here. In the meantime, Pierce has expressed dismay of the shocking failure of Hazza and African parks to address the alleged crimes during Monday's panel discussion, which took place as part of New York Climate Week. Now, on Hazza and Meg's side, they released a glowing press article praising African Parks' transformative work in Africa, and claimed that the organisation had enjoyed measurable successes in combating climate change, protecting vital ecosystems, and enhancing local livelihoods. A complete opposite to the severe, horrific allegations against African Parks at the moment. I wonder who is lying. Let's put it this way. I won't trust Hazza and Megsy as far as I could throw them. In the meantime, to Pierce, these remarks by Hazza's office and his participation in the panel discussion demonstrated a, quote, shocking failure to grasp the catastrophic nature and extent of the problems with African parks' colonial and racist approach to conservation. And this is the thing, right? When she is calling African parks colonial and racist in terms of their approach, I include Hazza in that as well, because Hazza is part of African parks. So when Pierce is saying African parks' colonial and racist approach, to me, under that umbrella of African parks, she's addressing Hazza as well. It's as simple as that as far as I'm concerned. Now, the remarks also showed that neither the Duke of Sussex nor African Parks understand the need to question African Parks' vision and the brutal fortress conservation approach. She then continues saying, while they seem to celebrate conservation in New York, the lives of Indigenous people in African parks, protected areas, are being devastated by the violence brought by its rangers. And then she lists some of the horrific alleged crimes that apparently have been made from the African Parks rangers towards the Baka tribes people. You can read it here, but for the YouTube human reviewer, I won't be able to say it out loud. I do apologise for that. But a spokesperson for Hazza and Meg's Archewell Foundation have not responded for a request for comment on why Hazza and African Parks didn't appear to address the alleged crimes during the panel discussion. The spokesperson also didn't respond to criticism about their embrace of fortress conservation. In other words, Hazza and Meg's are completely staying silent on all of this. And yeah, silence does speak 1,000 words. You know what I mean? Now, we do have, thanks to the British Prince at freedom_007__. Give him a follow. He shares some really, really good clips and information when it comes to the misadventures of Hazza and Megxit. And this is just one example. And so, yeah, you've got here Survival's director, Caroline Pierce, who I've just mentioned in that article there, speaking out on Sky News. And this is what she also had to say about it.
When we talk about meaningful change, I mean, you spoke about the model there. There is an investigation now taking place. Do you firstly think the investigation will make a difference? And also, what is it that the victims want?
What the victims want is freedom to access their land. This is, the Baka hunter-gatherer people. They have lived, they are the indigenous people of the Congo Basin rainforest. They have lived there. They and their ancestors lived there for thousands of years. They have cared for this forest. They have depended on this forest. And now there is a conservation organization managing their land. They're told it's a national park, and they're told to keep out. And they're not only told to keep out, there are armed militarized guards employed to keep them out. And as we heard from your intro, they do so very violently. My colleagues have spoken to people who've been out, gathering honey in the forest, seized by guards, stripped, tortured, simply for trying to live their lives. So what they want is access to their land and their land rights recognized. And that's what we are calling for.
Very simple. Very reasonable as far as I'm concerned. Here, again, thanks to the British Prince, has shared a clip from Survival International, it looks like here, about one person as part of, I believe, the Baka tribes people speaking out against African parks. Now, there is subtitles on this, so let's give it a play.
Mamwepe, Bele, Indanga, Yekenganga Dutubu. Bele ko wa kpope baka ku eduto abelia baka baliki sa bele ngama mamupe ekogaro wa mepe nganga li abelia bonganga juaka langa omba ojundingini mukondi ango ko ya tinda ojoko fe tune ma yefe weke ekoto ajenge shefa wa ekogaro weke ekoto aje yeko ba komande otuwe weke ekoto aje pe bele indanga nganga baka penga nga kula abele tu komba oso anga gwado to anaka ville apoto onga gwaka menga gwado to anaka mukili naka pays wo onganga baka o nga duto te belesi pengbini wa boloko yenge wo gwadunga nga mem wo muli bele duto te commande baka jedua wa bele baka jedua wa bele baka lia bele kraza mate kuka wo molete du we kolo awa bele bo waja ujela kokwa tu ede ya park ango menganga etia na lia bele problem na gona gendo problem bako be baka e baliki sa bele e kogaro wa gwa rekrame kwa e wope baka baliki e agwa gi nanga e ka yi abele.
So when you hear an eyewitness account from someone who is a part of the Baka tribe, you hear quite literally what Caroline Pierce, Survival's director, is saying. Do you think that Hazza and African parks are colonial and racist in their approach against the Baka tribes people? Opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, I would say yes. But let's put it this way, guys. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. And on your way out, if you want more of this, and best believe you do not want to miss my next video. I teased it yesterday. Guys, my next video that'll be coming out in about an hour and a half, 2 hours time. I've just found a link, okay, between Hazza and Megsy's Archewell Foundation and one of Diddy's charities. Is it sinister? Guys, stay tuned to find out, and to make sure you don't miss that and my future videos, make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe, because I'll be honest with you, help us now get to 1 million so we can also get that go play button right there and hopefully cause a Meghan Markle meltdown on Instagram. Like, share, Comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Also, as well, if you've got some very strong opinions on whether you think Hazza and African Parks are colonial and racist in their approach against the Baka tribes people, and I bet you got some comments about that, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.